Let me tell you all something right now. When you lose your all-pro left tackle before the season even kicks off, that ain't just bad luck. That's a gut punch to your whole operation. That's like taking the front tire off a Ferrari and asking it to hit 200 on the freeway. Now, I don't say this lightly, but Tristan Wirfs might be the most important dude on that Tampa Bay roster outside of Baker Mayfield. You'll hear me? Will hear me? We ain't just talking about some rotational lineman or a plug-and-play backup. We talking about a 4-time Pro Bowler, a 2-time All-Pro, a man who ain't never let his quarterback hit the dirt, unless it was already raining. Let's rewind real quick for context. Since 2020, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been blessed with a generational talent on the offensive line. Tristan Wirfs didn't just play left tackle. He dominated at left tackle. I'm talking about pancakes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That man was throwing edge rushers around like rag dolls. And now, with this knee surgery news breaking, the Bucs got to start 2025 without him. Adam Schefter said it plain. Wirfs is out to start the season. That ain't something you sweep under the rug. That's like losing your umbrella in a thunderstorm. You're about to get soaked. Let's talk about what this really means for Baker Mayfield. See, folks forget Baker was on life support before he came to Tampa. I ain't saying his career was dead, but the man was walking on thin ice with cinder blocks on his feet. And then, boom, he lands in Tampa Bay, gets protection from Big 78. And what happens? 2 Pro Bowl seasons, 69 touchdowns, just 26 picks. That ain't no coincidence. Let me break it down to the folks in the back. A confident quarterback is a protected quarterback. And what do you think happens when that protection disappears? That clock in Baker's head gon' start ticking real fast. And when that happens, bad decisions, quick throws, checkdowns, maybe even turnovers. You all seen what happened to Russell Wilson in Denver when the line couldn't hold. Same song, different band. And the crazy part, they opened the season against ATL and H-Town. Both them teams got dogs on the D-line. You think Mayfield's sleeping, well knowing Grady Jarrett, and Will Anderson Jr. coming for his head without Wirfs standing guard? Here's what folks don't understand unless you played the game. Offensive line chemistry don't happen overnight. You can't just throw in a new left tackle off the street and expect him to mimic a Pro Bowler. That's like asking somebody who plays piano at church to headline Coachella. The Bucs' offensive line was built with Wirfs as the anchor. His presence changed their game plan. They could slide protections, chip less, call longer developing plays. Now, they're going to have to simplify the scheme. That affects everything, from the run game to the deep ball. You ever seen a quarterback flinch before the ball is snapped? That's what we call ghost pressure. And without Wirfs, Baker might be seeing more ghosts than Casper. Now, I hear you all. Next man up, right? But let me ask you this. Who's the next man? You got a backup swing tackle. Cool. Is he top 10 in the league at anything? Can he handle a speed rusher? Can he mirror a bull rush without getting pancaked backwards? Because if not, Baker gonna be running for his life. And don't even get me started on tight ends chipping every play. That takes a weapon out the passing game. Well, K. Dotton gotta stay in protection now instead of helping Baker stretch the field. That hurts your whole offensive identity. You think Atlanta ain't circling that week 1 day now? You think the Texans ain't ready to feast in week 2? Shoot. Them D coordinators probably laughing in the film room right now. Oh, they don't got Wirfs. Let's send that extra heat. Let's twist. Let's stunt. Let's bring that corner blitz. And let me tell you, losing that first game in the division, that's like starting Monopoly with 2 properties and no money. You behind before you even begin. Now I believe in Tristan Wirfs, man. He built different. The way he plays, that's pure passion and polish. But knee surgery ain't no paper cut. That rehab gon' take time. And even when he comes back, there's rust, there's hesitation. And that's if there ain't no setbacks. The real challenge for Tampa ain't just holding the line. It's keeping that locker room believing they can do it without him. That's what separates the good teams from the pretenders. Look here now. 2025 ain't just another lap around the sun for Baker Mayfield. Nah, this right here is make or break. Money on the table type season. The man bet on himself 2 years ago, and guess what? He hit the jackpot in Tampa Bay. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, playoff appearances, Redemption arc stronger than a Fast and Furious sequel. But now, with Wirfs out, that jackpot feeling more like Russian roulette. Let me say it straight. No left tackle. No excuse. Baker still gotta perform. And not just average. He gotta carry the squad. Cause if he folds now, that big money extension? Gone. Teams looking for franchise quarterbacks don't want no excuses. They want solution. That's the cold reality of the league. So yeah, Baker's got a decent run game, some weapons in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. But if he starts hearing footsteps every drop back, if he starts getting jumpy, if his numbers dip, oh, them critics gonna line up like it's Black Friday. And trust me, they already got receipts from Cleveland and Carolina. Now let's keep it real. Jason Licht, that front office, they ain't dumb. They've probably been preparing for this worst-case scenario since the MRI came back. But still, there ain't no sugarcoating this. The free agent tackle market is slim pickings right now. You got some vets still hanging around like Eric Fisher, maybe Tyne Sitka, maybe even trade for a backup swing tackle on a rookie deal. But come on now. None of them boys is Tristan Wirfs. None of them gonna hold down the left side against the league's best edge rushers. Maybe they kick Luke Goedeke over from right tackle. But that's a whole can of worms. You're shuffling two positions now. Or maybe they bring back someone like Donovan Smith on a short deal. Either way, whoever gets that job better have a short memory, long arms, and ice in his veins. 'Cause week 1 ain't waiting for nobody. Let's talk about week 1 and week 2 real quick. You're starting your season against the Atlanta Falcons, a team with playoff expectations and a defensive front that's coming with bad intentions. Grady Jarrett in the middle, Arnold Ebiketie off the edge, and a revamped unit trying to feast. That's not a warm-up game. That's a test. Then week 2, you head into H-Town to face Will Anderson Jr., the reigning Defensive Player of the Year candidate. And let me tell you something, that boy don't need no invite to the quarterback, BBT. He come in unannounced, unblocked, and unbothered. Without Wirfs, you roll into these matchups half-dressed for war. And don't forget, these are the games that decide playoff seedings come January. You drop both, you already in a hole. Let's give some love to the Whittiouts. Mike Evans been a Bucs legend, 10 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Chris Godwin, one of the most underrated route runners in the league. But here's the problem. If Baker ain't got time, how they gon' eat? We not talking quick hitches and bubble screens all day. This offense was built around chunk plays, timing routes, vertical attacks. All that out the window when the blind side ain't secure. Defenses gon' press coverage, send the house, dare Baker to beat M-Hot. So unless Dave Canales, Tampa's Ox, got some magic scheme to neutralize edge pressure without max protect, Evans and Godwin better get used to fighting for scraps early in the year. Let me say something about Tristan Wirfs, the leader, not just the lineman. When you walk into that Bucs locker room, Wirfs ain't the loudest, but every man in there respects him. They watch how he works, how he prepares, how he treats his job like a craft, not just a check. And when you lose a guy like that, especially early, that rocks your foundation. Somebody got to step up and fill that void. Maybe that's Ryan Jensen if he's back. Maybe it's Baker himself. But somebody got to pull that O-line together, because they ain't just protecting a quarterback. They protecting the whole season. Let's talk about Dave Canales, the offensive coordinator. He helped rejuvenate Baker's career, built a scheme around timing, play action, mobility, and vertical threats. But now, he got to rewrite the script. But he got to rewrite the script. That means more shotgun looks, quicker releases, maybe more rappos, tight end leakouts, and screen game to slow the pass rush. And he got to do all this without getting predictable. This is where we see if Canales is the real deal or just a flavor of the year. You adapt or you get exposed. Now want to give a little hope to Bucs fans. 'Cause yeah, this injury hurts. But Wirfs is just 26 years old. He's got elite talent, elite work ethic, and elite rehab support. He's not done. Not even close. Sometimes these early setbacks force teams to grow in other areas. Maybe a young lineman gets reps and blossoms. Maybe Baker takes that leadership jump. Maybe Tampa becomes a more well-rounded squad. And when Wirfs comes back, you plug in a healthy beast into a battle-tested unit. Tampa Bay already knew the road was tough in 2025. But now, with Wirfs sidelined, the margin for error is 0. One blown block? Sack. One missed protection call? Turnover? One misstep in Atlanta or Houston? 0-2 hole. But great teams, they adapt. Great leaders, they rally. And great quarterbacks. The question is, will the Bucs fold without him, or will they find a new way to win? You lose your left tackle, you lose your comfort zone. But pressure either busts pipes or builds diamonds. We about to find out which one Tampa Bay made of.